August is my birthday month and I'll be turning 34 this year. So today I want to do a slightly different video. I want to share with you the things I've learned over the last 10 years or so. Sometimes I really wish I knew better, but I'm glad I've picked up a few precious lessons along the way. First of all, I wish I would let myself have a bit more fun when I was younger. I didn't grow up in a privileged family, so I've always told myself the only way to a better life is by working very hard or studying very hard. To the point, I would actually feel guilty if I had a bit of entertainment. I remember going the whole year without watching any TV shows because I just wanted to spend all my waking hours on books. There was just no balance in my life at that point, and I think I missed out a lot. So now I'm a mum. I will never expect my little boy to do the same. It's important to do well in school, but it's also important to have a good balance. And to be honest, I just want him to be able to look after himself in the future and be happy. The next reflection I have from over the last decade is that a job is just a job. The first few years I started working, my job was pretty much taking over my life. I would work very late into the evening. I would work on the weekends, just basically working very hard to try to achieve more and more. I remember there was one year I actually worked the whole year without any days off until Christmas time when I finally had 2 weeks off. So I thought I was a valuable asset to the company. But when I got pregnant, I was replaced almost immediately and was told to go to another branch. I was a bit disappointed because it felt like whatever I worked for didn't mean a thing. But I've learned a very important lesson, and that's a job is just a job. I need to know where to set my boundaries because it's really up to me to set the work-life balance. Don't get me wrong, I still work very hard, but I've learned when to say no. For example, I don't stay behind in the evening, I don't work on the weekends anymore, and I don't take on tasks that I'm not meant to be doing. Every day I say to myself, go to work, do your best, but if things don't work out, there's always another job, and I'm more than ready to walk away. Another thing I've learned is to not idolize things or objects. I know this might sound a bit hypocritical because I have a YouTube channel that talks about luxury fashion. I enjoy luxury pieces, but to me, they are just things, maybe very nice things. I think nowadays the world is getting more materialistic and sometimes we give our things or objects too much power. So a number of years back, I was traveling to Amsterdam, and when I arrived in the airport, I saw a leather bracelet in the Hermes store, but I couldn't buy it because you can only buy duty-free on departure. So the SA told me she could keep it for me until my departure day, but when I was there again, apparently the bracelet was already sold to another person. I was a bit upset, thinking the trip would have been perfect if I didn't miss out on the leather bracelet. But now I just think I was being so silly because at the end of the day, I had a wonderful trip with the person I love, and that's what matters. It doesn't matter how beautiful that bracelet was. So that's why I always say on my channel now that if you miss out on something, don't get upset, it's probably not meant to be. Also, don't ever feel like you're not complete until you have a certain handbag or necklace or bracelet, because what you have will not change who you are inside. Next one, I wish I knew more about skincare earlier. Since my early 20s, I would religiously pile on my sunscreen every day, and some of this product was quite heavy, and stupidly I never thought I have to remove them with a makeup cleanser. I just thought, well, technically I'm not wearing makeup, so I'll just wash my face and call it a day. Big mistake, because I started having really bad acne because all my pores were blocked and it took me years to clear my skin. So it doesn't matter if you've had a long day or if you're gonna pass out, you need to clean your skin before going to bed. The next one is to eat healthy. I've always been a meat person. In the past, I used to eat a lot of meat and a very pathetic amount of vegetable. And when I traveled, I would eat even more mindlessly, which means a lot of fast food. I think when you're young, your body is quite resilient, so even if you abuse it, it doesn't show major signs. But now I'm older, I can definitely see the benefits of eating healthier because I just feel so much lighter, better and more energized. So now I will always take the effort to eat a bit more green and reduce my meat intake. I think it's so true how people say your body is your temple, so you want to make sure you look after it. The next one is do not waste time trying to please anyone. Now I believe no one is perfect, but I also believe no matter how kind, generous and lovely you are, someone out there will still dislike you, and that is okay. Just know that you are a good person and sometimes things just don't work out. Don't try to please anyone or change yourself just to get someone's approval. If that person cannot come to terms with who you are, then it's time to move on. Focus your energy and attention instead on people who actually matter to you. For example, on my channel, sometimes I do receive some rude comments, but I just delete them because at the end of the day, I know there are people who actually appreciate my content. I also wish I would take constructive criticism better and take the opportunity to learn from it. In the past, I used to get very upset whenever someone criticized me, my work, or the way I dressed. But when I take a step back and look at the bigger picture, I think criticism can actually help you reflect on yourself and make improvement. So a while ago, someone left me a comment on my channel saying how I just sit and talk, unlike the other YouTubers who make far more interesting videos. Now, if this was me in the past, I would get very hurt, but instead I decided to take that on board and I started making more modeling clips. I'm not gonna lie, because it can be hard to take the emotion part out of the picture because we are all humans and it's nice to receive positive feedback. However, I also cannot deny the fact that accepting criticism can make you a better and a happier person. Another important lesson I've learned from my 20s is to never stop reading and learning. When I graduated from uni, I said to myself, right, I'm done studying. So I kind of let myself go in a way. I would spend a lot of my spare time watching TV shows because I didn't have to excel in any exams anymore. But the thing is, we all go to school thinking we are going to have a good education, but schools don't teach us everything. For example, I was never taught how to manage my personal finances, and I think it's the same for a lot of people. So instead of hiring a financial advisor, you can just pick up a few good books and it will blow your mind how much you can learn. Now I can completely understand if you struggle to find the time to read. For me, I have to juggle a family, a full-time job, and a YouTube channel. So if you're like me, I would highly recommend listening to audiobooks. I find it so much more refreshing than actual reading, plus I can do it on the way to and back from work. I would say I can finish one whole book within a week, so it's a very efficient way to learn. Audible actually offers a 30-day free trial, so if you decide it's not for you later, you can always cancel it. But for me, it's one of the best things I've done for myself. Last but not least, I really wish I started investing earlier. This goes hand in hand with reading because I didn't know anything about investing until I started reading about it. Now when you're young, you might feel like the last thing you want to do is investing because you've just started making your own money and there are so many other financial commitments you need to take care of. But the thing is, when you're young, time is on your side, so you can invest more aggressively because if you make a loss, you have more time to recover from it. Whereas when you have a family, you are more restricted with your money. Also, the earlier you invest, the more time you have for compounding to work its magic, which means your money will have more time to grow. I really love reading about investment and finances now, and I'll leave some links of the books I recommend in the description box if you are interested. So those are the things I wish I knew earlier. I really hope you will like this video. I know it's a bit of a different topic compared to what I usually talk about, but I hope you find these reflections helpful. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Have a good day.